And with weather weapons, they destroying ecosystems. But I'm voting. I'm voting in my own demise. Yes, I'm going to kill myself. Welcome to was it? I know if anybody can't fix a drug. Oh damn! I'm supposed to be fixing something. I'm singing it. Oh damn it! I'm sorry, Robert. I was just trying to fix it. Huh? Radioactive, radioactive. Radioactive. I just pressed the YouTube button. That's not gonna make it any better. That's gonna make it worse. It's probably an ISP buffering thing. It's not gonna make it any worse. Brother Robert expect me to fix something. I'm just pressing more buttons. Anyway, if anybody can see, good morning. YouTube might be live, but sound like Facebook. We not back, bitches. All right, hang on. All right, I'm gonna try to fix it. All right, damn it, Robert, trying to get me to do some work. I don't want to do any work. Let me see. What could be wrong with it this morning, other than the fact we got a deep state infestation. Everybody wants to keep voting for. Bankers convinced everybody that made everybody hypochondriacs. Talking about radioactive. All right, let me see. Not on YouTube, not VK. Everybody sign up, VK. Best episode ever. Use a mother. Hang on. I'm just singing myself. I was trying to enjoy myself in the morning. I can't do that. Let me see. Damn it, I don't know what to do. That's why it's funny when people have faith in you. Robert's like, Gerard gonna fix it. He gonna fix it. Yeah, Gerard. Gerard is singing Radioactive. Hang on. Let me see what the hell is going on. This is what old people do. You got to, about 29, you got to go like this. And I catch myself doing that. I don't even know why. I don't think I'm even talking to anybody right now. When you start to get about 29, you start to do what the old folks did because they had to look under their glasses like this. Let me see. If I go to my channel on YouTube, we'll see what happens. I don't see it. I don't see it. Damn it, I might just sing to myself this morning then. Radioactive, radioactive. Oh, 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 oh. It's poisoning everybody. It's subsidizing chemicals. Is it, oh, I'm on. Am I on now? I'm on for real? Y'all can see me? Can y'all see me? Doom Doom. No, that's the wrong song. I was singing Radioactive. That messed everything up this morning. Damn net neutrality. I was, are we on? I don't see no hearts in them. I don't see it on YouTube. Hang on. Radioactive. They trying to kill grandma. I can change the words. Radioactive. It's subsidizing glyphosate. Have mercy, well. Oh, goodness. Good Lord, have mercy. Now that fly. I gotta fix it. I still don't see it. Oh, wait, hang on. Is it, I see Lori said, hi, Gerard and the gang. Lori, can you see me? People can't see me. But that's okay, Lori. They ain't seen me my whole life, Lori. If you can see me, they ain't seen me I've been invisible my whole damn life. Uh-oh, there we go. I'm seeing some hearts. I'm seeing some smiley faces. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me now? Can you hear the words that's coming out of my mouth? Oh Lord, I'm not on YouTube. Maybe Facebook. Maybe it takes a little time to get it going. You know, because that happens too when you get to be 29. You gotta take a little time to get it going. It just don't pop like it used to. When you young, it just pop. It just, oh Lord have mercy. Don't tell me that story in the fourth grade. Fourth grade, fifth grade, it just popped, y'all. You didn't have nothing to get it going. I think the teacher just would say it, the bell rung. Okay, next period. And it was like, uh-oh. Something popped, teacher. I can't get up from my desk right now. All my friends then got up. The good thing is we had them books, boy. We had the big, heavy books. Y'all got them little books now. You reach in and get that big biology book put in front of you. Walk out the class, you're like, yeah, something done popped. Something popped, teacher. It just popped. Now I don't even know what the hell that is. Something broke. I got to call the school nurse or something. Something wrong here. Anyway, are we on? Good morning. Lori can see me. Lori can see me. We hear and see. Y'all see me? Y'all hear me? All right, Sandra, I'm just telling crazy stories about my first boner. I can't believe I said that live. Anyway, good morning. It's just biology, American. Just y'all slow down. Y'all calm down. American, it's just biology. That's all it is. Everybody always trying to, what's that called when they try to take your genitals and they sexualization? Come on, y'all grow up. It's just biology. That's all it is. It's just biology. Don't sexualize everything. It's just how we make babies, damn it. And in the fifth grade, my body just say, it's time to make babies. And I was just like, oh, Lord have mercy. What the hell is this? This light world about to change. I didn't know the world just changed. Did the world change that day? I still remember the teacher. Teacher's Miss Bryant. Oh, goodness gracious. She was Native American too. Woo, we're not gonna go there. I think she has kids about my age, and that's the last thing that you mean to tell me. You watched a video of somebody talking about grandmama sexy in the fifth grade. All right, I think we're on. Are we on? Radioactive, radioactive. All right, I think we're ready. Breathing in the chemical. Whoa! Did y'all see the 100? This is the movies right here. When the ship landed and the kids got out the ship and they walked out the ship and they was playing the music, everybody was trying to breathe it in because they haven't been on Earth in like, what, it was like a couple thousand years or something. It was radioactive. They left all the poor people, all the Americans, they just left down on the planet. And the 0.01% went up to the space station. They had babies and stuff and they stayed up in the space station for like 1,000 years. Y'all seen that movie? That TV show. This is when they came back and they landed and the kids were coming out and they realized the real Earth. To the new age, welcome to the new age. And this is where we are. We're rediscovering reality. What is normal? That you have one world government and the rest is an illusion. Radioactive. Oh, 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 oh. So we back. Biotches! Sovereignty is back, bitches! That's not a curse word. All right, let's get ready. Let's get going. No, not breathing in the chemicals. That's a lot. Subsidizing the chemicals. All right, I think we're ready. Are we ready? Emoji's not working. Yeah, something's jacked up this morning. I'm gonna try to open some things up here. You're saving grandma with face diapers. Whoa, whoa. I think people are waking up here. I went to Jersey. Where did I go? I was in Philly. Yeah, there wasn't too many masks in Philly. But that was the ghetto too. The ghetto, they ain't got time for y'all fantasy. The ghetto, like, damn it, I got to get to work. I ain't got time for this face diaper. Welcome to the new age. Welcome to the new age, people. All right, let's just leave this start. To the new age. Oh, 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 oh. You're radioactive. Because Banks gave you what is that called when you're scared of the air, you always feel like you're sick? Hypochondriac. Hypochondria. All right, I'm done. Are we okay? Are we okay, people? We okay? Yeah, 20 people here. We should be good to go. Come on, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? How your mama doing? We back, biatches. We are back to pre-agrarian I can't even say the word, agrarian something, back before you had banks and criminals and seed saving, and when we were free. We're back to sovereignty, and I think people realize we don't have much choice. We ain't got much choice. We either gonna keep going with the new banking, control the world, new world order, because now they're not even hiding now. Or we go back to sovereignty. They're not even hiding. Like, they're stopping the food production. Germany, Amazon's not selling seeds anymore, something like that. And the food market. Oh, let's talk about the farmer's market. All right, let's get started. I think we're good. The farmer's market in Australia. Did y'all see that? Oh my God, like the farmer's market. Yeah, it's organic, vegan farmer's market. Have y'all ever been to the farmer's market? Do you know what fresh food is? Okay, do you know what local food is? If you've never been, you should go. Go there, because hippies, we get all around. You got people making crafts, people making candles and soaps, and sometimes they bring the goat, or they make the soap with, and everybody around, hippies, we're all happy, like smelling oranges, put them in your bag. Is this fresh? Oh, it's fresh. I picked it this morning. Somebody making some crafts or something. It's always happy. Not in no damn Australia. Not in Australia. Did y'all see the farmer's market video? Not in Australia, boy. It was all kind of shots going off, babies crying, screaming, people running, slapping. Because the popo showed up. I have some theories. I always got theories. I don't know if that was true, but I got theories. I don't think that was the police. I don't think you got police no more. I think the popo were there to serve and protect. I ain't never felt served nor protected in my life. I don't think that was the popo in Australia. I do not. I think that was the King's Guard, is what it's always been. They're not there to serve nor protect other than banks, profit, and stopping people from selling organic, hippie fresh food and organic soap. And some lotion and body butter. Oh, they shouted. I think they had horses. King's Guard, they showed up. They were like, oh no, y'all not selling fresh stuff that's gonna help grandmama. Y'all need to be sick. Banks and called the order in. The order is, we need to control the food and the seeds to control the global population, to bring you into a new normal. So the police showed up, and I'm running my mouth. I didn't even see the video. I saw like 3 seconds of it. I tried pop, pop, vegetables and lettuce flying. It's not funny. It's not funny, but we are coming into a new age. What are we gonna make that new age be? Let me see if I need to do a search for it. Hang on. Good morning, everybody. No, ain't nothing happened to me. Somebody said, thought I done died, CIA ain't get me. I work for them, y'all know that. Y'all know I'm the only unpaid worker for the CIA. We already dealt with this before, people. They don't even know I work for them, okay? Let me see, Australian Farmers Market. I think we're gonna start right there. A lot of great things happening. I didn't do a video the other day because I had to take the laptop apart, replace the battery, crazy stuff. I didn't want to buy a new slavery laptop, so I need to fix mine. And it's got the internal batteries. I was busy doing that. That took a little longer than I thought. And slavery, cotton, the boss, master shoulder, and so I couldn't do a video yesterday. But yesterday I was going to talk about Ron Paul. Y'all hear about I think that was wasn't that yesterday? When the federal Supreme Court in the highland of the Supreme Court of the King's Court that you can't trust for nothing, but damn it, they sure finally got one thing right, and they said the lockdowns were unconstitutional. Did y'all see that? Ron Paul, I love that brother to death. People are like, I thought you didn't do politics. He's not a politician no more now. He's just a man trolling Congress the same way he did when he was in Congress. Two politicians I give two damns about, and that is Cynthia McKinney, because she ain't in it no more. She said, y'all crazy as hell. She got the hell out of there. She said, look, I'm trying to love the Klan. Y'all don't even understand that. She had to get the hell out of there. She left on the Democrat side. And the Republican was Ron Paul. Told you the truth. He's telling you the truth now. This is Ice Age Farmers Channel. They're destroying crops all over the earth. Why are they destroying crops? Because that's the easiest way to control you. Thine who controls the food, and thine seeds control the earth. Oh, this is not the authentic video, but this is the Ice Age Farmers take on it. Y'all don't follow Ice Age Farmer on YouTube? You should, because Gerard ain't gonna be around for a long time. They're gonna throw my butt out of here.
From the Queen Victoria markets in Melbourne, where police were sent in, according to the report, to deal with one or two coronavirus protesters, but then summarily proceeded to push everyone out of the market. These are scenes literally from dystopic movies like Soylent Green, where the scoops were sent in to push people away as they were trying just to get food for their families. What is going on in Australia?
Freedom at a farmer's market. Oh, look at him pushing grandmama. Look at that. There's that grandmama in the front. She was just getting some melons. Man, what's wrong with y'all? Those are not police. That is the King's Guard. They're screaming and yelling, and the police is filming it too. That's for his Instagram. Look at that, y'all. This is what's up. This is what's happening.
And this is not the only example. There are other farmers markets where police were sent in and patrolling, and people were pretty alarmed by this, not understanding why a police presence is suddenly required at a neighborhood farmers market. And there were no protesters there. Why are police suddenly being sent and using force at places where food is available in Australia?
Well, that's good. That's because they're not police. They're there to enforce global ban. They're there to do what they're told. That's the bottom line. They work for the people that y'all vote for. So they got to do what the laws say. And what do they get? The corporations by the laws, and the laws say that you are a slave. The laws say that 13 families run the planet, and you will be abused anytime they choose, okay? He who controls the food and the seed and the fresh hippie organic market and the lotion and body butters that's made with grandmama care and love and concern controls the people. That's why we're in the new age. That's why I love this radioactive. That's showing you reality. Because people who didn't believe in reality now, they're starting to see it. Like, yeah, maybe this isn't about Donald Trump. Like, you think? Like, maybe he's not fighting the deep state. No, I don't know. This is a global currency shift. The bankers needed to get you onto a new digital currency. And the only way they could do that was stage something global, and they did. They did. Anybody seen Fauci? We need to put him on a milk carton. They got Fauci on a milk carton yet? Because everyone's saying that they don't see him. They don't see him. This is it. Hopefully they're investigating him. Hopefully they're getting him for HIV/AIDS. They're getting him for the pandemic, which is really a banker currency shift demic. And once they get him, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna change nothing. They have a planet of billions of patsies who will take his place. So it changes nothing. Remember, there is what? There is resolution and remediation, right? Resolution is ending the lockdown. Remediation is taking the power from the criminals who thought they had the power to do the things that they did. And in this particular scenario, remediation, I probably got them backwards. Did I get them backwards? Resolution is putting Fauci in prison. And then remediation is making sure that the global elite that run every damn thing, that who are the one world government, who always have been. There is no agenda 2020, there's no agenda 2021, there's no agenda 2030. There are central people who have always ruled everything. And all we're doing now, we like the lady in this show.
I would suggest that it has something to do with this report.
That we've never been in control. We've never had a government.
And many like it. Warning, Australia is running out of rice and may be completely out by Christmas.
This, I love it when I say something and it comes real. I love it when I say something and it comes real, because I said this. I said what he's about to say. I said this. I said I said all of it. Actually, I said all of it. It's not because I'm smart. It's not because I'm right. It's simply because I look at history and like, yeah, they're gonna do it again. Y'all ain't figured it out. We ain't figured it out. Nope, they're gonna do it again. They're gonna do it. I watch. Sit back, watch me. What I tell you about the states? I said they're gonna deem it unconstitutional to do the lockdown. We are gonna be upset. We are gonna sue the states into bankruptcy. Right? The states are already collapsing because they've been shut down. Some of them for damn near 6-7 months. Right? The only government you have left in the United States, which probably is Britain and Canada, everywhere else, the only real government you have is on a local level. So if they could be tricked into doing something stupid that would require every business, restaurant, grandmama stand, food market, farmer's market, everybody who couldn't say goodbye to somebody who died in the hospital would sue them for trillions of dollars, and the states go bankrupt. Where do those states get money from? Right? The United States Incorporated, Britain Incorporated, whatever they call it, Canada Incorporated, which is a corporation owned by 13 families of billionaires who run this damn planet. So your only government is a new world order. See, to me, when I look at this, it all like plays into the same control scheme. They always have plan upon plan upon plan upon plan. Because while we're watching Hulu and Netflix, they've been planning this for 100 damn, maybe 200 years. They've been planning this a long damn time. So they got backups of backups. So Ron Paul, you know what he said about the Pennsylvania ruling this unconstitutional, we'll sue. We'll get trillions of dollars. The states will go to United States Incorporated for loans, money, stimulus, whatever they need to. And the United States Incorporated, owned by billionaires, will tell them exactly what to do. I saw that coming. And in the whole food thing, we saw this coming too. What I tell you? What I tell you about the things that y'all import called food? My friends and I, we've been on here for damn near 3 years now. Grow food, plant seeds, eat healthy, eat less meat, eat more fruits and vegetables, dark leafy greens and lettuce, and get your cannabis. Okay? We've been saying that for a long time. Now look what's happening. Guess what Thailand did? See, all the rice in Australia, most of it comes from Thailand. And Thailand is a very poor place. We abused people a long time in Thailand. We didn't put in puppet governments, criminal, crony, corrupt, dirty, foul, funky. And Thailand is like the tiger in the Cat Williams story. Y'all remember the Cat Williams story? What the tiger do? The tiger, like Thailand, just wait. Yeah, just sit back and wait. To one day have the leverage to show you it is actually a tiger. Okay, you know what Thailand did? Thailand stopping them imports, baby. It's the same way you climbing that tiger cage. That tiger waiting for every moment and opportunity. It knows that speaker is a speaker, and it knows you, juicy, fat, baby fat meat. It said right on the back of the jacket, baby fat. And as soon as you climb in that tiger cage, that tiger gonna eat you. Thailand stopped imports of rice to Australia.
And furthermore, they're shutting down the beef industry right now at the same time.
Absolutely.
Australia is a bellwether for the rest of the world as we watch our crops devastated by the grand solar minimum and exacerbated by a deliberate destruction of our food supply in order to take total control. Let's talk about that. I'm Christian, and this is the Ice Age Farmer Broadcast.
Australia is facing a rice shortage, with growing concerns the country could run out of local supplies before Christmas. Political reporter Olivia Laming is in Canberra. What's triggered the crisis, Olivia?
Ooh, I'm gonna troll Australian news real quick. They're not running out. There's a difference. Running out means like you look in your cabinet and it's like, you know what, baby, we getting low on potatoes. We're gonna have to get some potatoes. and then you write a grocery list. We need more potatoes. That's running out. And then next time you're at the grocery store, you get more. That's not what's happening. What's happening right now is the world's governments are starving their people. It's the difference. Lockdown is not running out. Okay? Lockdown is saying, you know what? We're going to take potatoes out your fridge, so you ain't got no potatoes, so you need to come to me for potatoes. That's how you control the world's population, is you take their food. Ain't nobody running out, Australia News. You're taking their food. You are preventing people from feeding themselves. You're putting them on lockdown. You're not letting them go to work. You're not letting them do the thing that human beings must do to be humans and be. Ain't nobody running out of food. You got a bunch of people who don't understand what's going on, and you got the other people who do understand what's going on, who know history, and you got the other people who are stealing everybody's food.
Well, now, the combination of factors, according to one of Australia's largest rice exporters, it's warned that while there'll still be imported rice products on our supermarket shelves by the end of the year, none of it will be Australian grown. The head of Sunrise says the drought and the way that water is allocated to farmers have led to one of the smallest rice crops this year in Australia's history. Earlier this year, the Prime Minister had to ring the President of Vietnam to ensure that Australia could still import rice from an Australian-owned factory over there after it banned rice exports to shore up local supplies.
Yes, Australia running out of rice. We may be completely out by Christmas, and that's why the PM was on the phone with Vietnam earlier this year, making sure that even as they announced an export ban, because they needed to make sure that Vietnam could feed their own people.
Oh, that's even better. Never mind, I take that back. I said Thailand, hashtag fake news Gerard. Hell no, Vietnam. That's even better because Vietnam is a better example. We done destroyed their whole country for rubber plantations, right? we staged an entire Vietnam war for freedom and democracy, and it was really about the slaves and the rubber for Michelin tires because everybody wanted to drive cars because they tired. Tired. They didn't want to get in them horses. They got tired taking care of horses, and they wanted tires because they tired to drive cars. And so we blew up their country. Kids in Vietnam are still being born with poison from Agent Orange, which is wholly owned subsidiary owned by Monsanto, now owned by Bayer, who you buy your headache medicine from. Talking about radioactive. We are radioactive. We did this, and so Vietnam, like, nah, we done with the food. We got the gold now. Your country is starving you. You don't actually have a government. The corporation that looks like your government is starving you. We're going to make you pay through the nose. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening in the news. You know, I think I might change my channel name, yo. I might change my channel name. Damn, fruit fly. Oh, I could eat my breakfast. I gotta save grandmama. Shoot, I ain't eat my breakfast. You got the fruit flies after my old crotchety apple. See my old crotchety apple? Look at this. Y'all see how pathetic that is? See how it's wrinkled and it's like shrinking and it's like dying and it's like, oh, you're gonna eat a decaying apple? That's how you say it, grandmama. We need all apples fresh from the tree. Some of us a little short evolved it. We had to wait till that apple fell, hit the ground. And when it fell and hit the ground, we then ate it. Partially decayed, has some worms in it. However we evolve, whatever we evolve eating, is precisely what you need to eat now to save grandmama. You ain't saving grandmama with a face diaper. You're saving grandmama by eating what you're supposed to eat. Alright, I'm gonna turn off YouTube. I thought I was gonna get them. I had another way of going live on YouTube. They blocked that too. Nobody don't like me so much. There we go. I saw a worm. Yeah, Robert, there's supposed to be worms, brother. There's supposed to be worms in there because we get protein from worms, you know? And that's just real talk. I ate a peach once and had, what I have in there? I told that story before. I pulled some peaches off my tree because the places I lived at that time had peaches in the tree. And I pulled the peaches off the tree because the damn groundhog decided, Robert, that I could have some peaches. And I bit into that peach, Robert. I saw it was like a worm. It was a larvae. It wasn't a worm, it was a larvae, like a fly or something. Y'all got peaches. What kind of bug put eggs in peaches? It was wiggly and it was moving around. It looked like a maggot. It was a worm or something. You know what I did, Robert? Thug life. You know what I know? It did exactly what I did. I threw that damn peach in the woods. Hell no, I didn't eat no damn peach with no worm in it. Y'all think I'm crazy? Hell no. I wasn't evolved back then as I am now. The right thing would have been to do was to eat it and save grandmama, but Robert, nope, I did not. I got the hell rid of that piece. Hell no. That thing was like it was a maggot. All right, I don't know what's going on with the live reactions, the emoticons, but we'll see if that fixes. I turned YouTube off, so I'm not using as much bandwidth. Maybe that'll fix things. I thought he was going to say ate the worm. Hell no, Patricia. No, I set you up. I set you up like Banks. I set it up. It's called a setup. It's like I threw the ball in the air, you know, baseball. I pretended I threw the ball, but I didn't really throw the ball. I was trying to be funny for a minute. No, don't be stupid. I'm hippie, I ain't stippy. But it's how the bank set people up. You got hypochondria. We are literally in a hypochondriac-demic right now. Bank, like we got the icons back. Hypochondriac-demic right now. You know, people scared of the air. But you know what? Slowly, people are coming out of the 100 thing. Slowly, people are coming out. I'm seeing less face diapers, like I said, like I saw in Philly. But we have to accept the reality. The reality is we've been lied to. We've been lied to. Yes, Diane, protein. We need protein. We need protein. But not protein from steak. I was like, yeah, we need protein. My meat eater says you might. See, Gerard says we should eat shrimp and steaks and cows. And no, you should not. Not to me. Nope, not to me. I mean, if you're healthy, you keep doing that. Whatever you're doing, if you are healthy and you don't get flus and cuckoo viruses and fevers and headaches and all that stuff, you keep doing what you're doing. Ignore what I'm saying. But if you're trying to figure it out, you need to eat worms. You need to eat worms. You need to get some larvae. You need to eat some old decaying fruit, because that's where we got our protein from. Most of our evolution. We couldn't catch no damn cow. I forgot who said that. Somebody had a good theory. And they said, yeah, we are not predators. We ain't got the predator nor the dirt. We ain't got no predator, no dirt. We didn't chase no damn cows and eat cows as marsupials and monkeys. You ever seen a monkey eat a cow? You ever seen that? Somebody show me that. Anyone got a video? Ain't no monkeys down there eating cows. If you show me a monkey eating a cow today, then I think you should have beef and country style spare ribs now, eating pigs and stuff. Uh-oh, did it break again? I thought I fixed it. I pressed some button. I thought I fixed it. Gerard already does VK. I do, Lori. I'm not on VK right now because we having trouble with the soft and the wear. Now Shakespeare said we're food for worms. Worms aren't food for us. We are. Patricia Hauser, but the same way with plants. We grow and cultivate plants, and the plants wait every damn day to eat us. Because we still bury ourselves in the ground. Who growing who? Who is serving who? Who is the slave of who? We got to water them, feed them, fertilize, take care of them. We don't have to do it, but to get what we want, we got to do it. And when it's all said and done, we go in the ground. I think the plants are growing us. All right. I kind of wanted to take a peek at the news. I think, oh yes, I might change the channel name. I think what we basically do here, if anybody is new and everybody been around here for a minute, we actually, the rare times we look at the news is to look at the news from a reality perspective, right? To look at the news from a we're back, Biotches perspective, where we know that governments don't run the world. The 13 families, there's one world government. And whether you think it's the black pope, the white pope, the yellow pope, the Vatican, some of their friends and cousins, it's up to you, some aliens. But the reality is nations don't exist. There is no geopolitical nothing. America's not about to invade Iran. America's not sending cruisers to defend Thailand. Those are the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. Those are the people who are dark and quiet, who will never come on TV. The people who actually make the decisions, not presidents. Change the name of the channel to Viewing the News from an Educated Perspective. Viewing the news from a what actually is going on perspective. Removing your identity and your indoctrination and your ignorant flags and colors and skins to actually process the news in a way. Countries who use the same banks aren't countries. Those are citizens. No, those are account holders. The bank tells you what to do. All right, like your country. Countries don't exist anymore. We need to stop with this 2020. We need to accept the ugly reality, which is we never really had control. We never did. We never did. And that's why we're back. We're back because we're finally accepting reality. That we need to be eating worms and apples. Accept the reality that we never had say. The world's trillionaire families would never give us say. They gave us governments to control us. We did the India example. Go look at the India East Trade. Is it India East Trading Company? And that's what the United States Incorporated is. They came up with something called a government, where you convince the people after you dominate their land and steal their resources that they have control over their lands. You put sellouts in office things, and you give them the things that they can do to govern you. It's a plantation. It's government. That's what that is. But they actually rule everything from above. All right, let me take a look. I want to see if there's anything interesting. Oh, let me do comments first. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Lorna. Lorna Mayuki. If y'all don't follow her on Instagram, y'all need to follow Lorna Mayuki. She has one of the best Instagrams I've ever seen. Dang, the leg's shaking. You trying to hide or something? Gee, yes, Sandra, you got to hide. It's the apocalypse. Welcome to the new age. And it's not the good age yet. It's the bad age. Right now, most people cheering for the new normal. They're still waiting for their cure. So, yeah, sometimes you got to hide when your neighbor's about to become zombies because they go to Bill Gates to get cured. They gave their guns to the government. That's what happened. Yeah, yep, that's a bad idea, Patricia. You do that, you're not going to have to worry. You're going to resolve a lot of your problems. You go ahead and give, damn it. No, you cannot have my protein. That's a fly. All right. Some route in Australia police to United States company. Ooh, stop it. Will love Earth. Is that true? Are you making that up? That the Australian police work for the United States Incorporated? That doesn't surprise me. Will love Earth. I'm watching a new show on, I don't know if this is Hulu or Netflix. It's about white slavery in Australia. Have y'all watched that? Y'all should watch it. Y'all should watch it. It's a great show. What is it called? All right, look, I'm about done with you. He's trying to get my breakfast. He's trying to get my Save Grandmama breakfast. Oh my God, I can barely watch it, Will. I can barely watch it. I'm a big sucker when it comes to women, Earl. Will, I don't know if you know that. That's why I stay away from them. I'm a big sucker. It's hard to watch. Like the things of how the soldiers are sharing the women. They can basically, when they're running out of food, they're killing off people because it was a prison country, same way as America and all the rest of them. But this one was just more obvious. Oh, it's a tough show. Somebody post the name of the show. Good show. But that doesn't surprise me. Australia got the same government America does. Australia has the same government Britain does. Australia has the same government Canada does. It's the new age, the new revealing. That's the word apocalypse, right? It means revealing. It's being revealed to people that we've always had a radioactive planet. We've always had a radioactive existence because we turn on each other for silly, stupid reasons, for religion, race, nation, and political party, and things that don't make any sense and don't even matter from a scientific or logical perspective. Australia and America bank with the same banks, the IMF, the same banker families, then they're actually the government. We have a feudal government. We have kings, okay? And the kings have guards. The kings don't have police. The kings have guards. Those were not police in the Australian market. Those were the king's guards on edicts of the king. Starve the population because there's something I need them to embrace. There is something that is unembraceable that they need to embrace. There is something that's unacceptable that I have to give them, and I need them to accept it. Starving people will do anything. Those are the king's guards. You don't have police, you have king's guards. And that's why black lives, white lives, Australian lives, American lives, yellow lives, blue lives, green lives, nobody matter. Because you got edicts. Who lives near a cell tower here? Riley, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Well, actually, you would know. I wouldn't know. If I lived near one of them towers that you're not supposed to say the name of, you know. You know, because I'd be radioactive. I'd be glowing, Good Lord have mercy. Look, hey, I'm about done with you. Yes, you. I'm about done with you. Stop it. No flies laying on poo-poo. Gerard, you eat larvae, but you don't want a fly laying on you on poo-poo. Look, I got my limits, all right? Everybody got their limits. I'm hippie, I'm not stiffy. Something about poo-poo, fresh poo-poo. I don't mind dry poo-poo. It's good in the garden. Fresh poo-poo I do not want on my face. That is not evolutionarily logical. It's supposed to go in your mouth. And I don't want it there neither. I don't want E. coli on my eye right. I'm already dealing with this zit. It's almost gone though, y'all. It's almost gone. My body is breaking it down. I don't want no fly land or no poo-poo land on me. All right, we've been fooled. Don't trust the government. Lauren, that just seems very basic and simple. And I think you have a great way of expressing that on Instagram through humor and making me feel stupid. Great Instagram. Y'all should follow her. Hey, Christy, good morning. Good morning. Oh, Anthony Cristello is back. Anthony Cristello, where the hell you been? Where the hell you been? I'm upset with you. I'm a little upset with you because you disappeared. Where'd you go for a couple months? He was the one, Anthony is the one who gave me there's no good and evil. Anthony, I stole your quote, brother. I stole your quote. I done used it, flipped it, twisted. I done told 10,000 people, ain't no such thing as good and evil. It changed my whole mindset. You just have unsustainable and sustainable. Unsustainable and sustainable. And it's a powerful thing when you think about it from that perspective. Anthony, I literally been processing that for months. It changes how you view people. It changes how you view the world and your existence when you realize there is no good and evil. They're just unsustainable things and sustainable things. The unsustainable are supposed to drive you into being sustainable. I will use the pedophilia example. All right, if you love children, take care of children, look out for the children, love the children, stop the pedophilia. Okay, so you have an unsustainable force that's driving. And you want more sustainability, which is loving kids and raising them in good environments to make them productive, happy, peaceful adults living free lives, not being violent and abusive. So you look at what's unsustainable. You don't pick out and just say, I don't like that pedophile. You got to spread it around like butter. Spread it all around. Say, no, any abuse is unsustainable, right? And this is why we are back, Biotches. We in a good time because now we can talk about principle. It's unsustainable to have a prison industrial complex. That is child abuse. You are taking children and putting them in pedophilia cages called prisons. That is not a good thing to cheer for. If you have a president by the name of Donald Trump who puts more police on the street, which is not his choice, because I don't think presidents have any power to tell what to do, which is what he did to grab more children, to put more children in pedophilia cages called prisons. That is not fighting pedophilia. That's not fighting abuse, not at the principal level. But by the same token, if you got a president called Barack Obama, and he creates more prisons than elementary schools, which is what he did. He created more pedophile cage holding facilities to take children under the age of 26 and put them in prisons en masse. That's unsustainable. That's unsustainable because you make monsters out of children. You don't take some child at the age of 19 and put them in prison with Bobo. Bobo damn near 45 years old. Ain't seen a woman since a woman seen him. 30, 20 years. Raping that child. And then let him out. That's not sustainable. Anthony Cristello sent me down that path. Beautiful thing, Anthony. But the good thing too is it helps you to identify who's fake and phony, who's playing politics, and who actually believes in a new world, who believes in sovereignty, who believes in non-abuse. Not just people okay with the abuse as long as they ain't them. Yeah, that was geared at the right. Love y'all to death, but we have to be honest about certain things. Same way I'm honest about the left too. You ain't gonna tell me that you fighting slavery and racism and you got a cell phone. Stop it. Just don't even go there. Don't even go there. That is the cotton of today. If you got small electronic cell phones, you're upgrading, trying to keep up with the Joneses because you think that you better than ever, and you need to post these things on TikTok, Instagram, and all these pages. You were in support of slavery. Everybody back then who bought cotton back in slavery days. Great times to be in. Sustainable, unsustainable. It makes you a part of a whole. Anthony Cristello. Good to see you back, brother. Christine, good morning. Hunger Games is on its way. Yes, Christine, Hunger Games has always been here. Go to Jersey. If you ever come to the United States, I'm going to take you to Jersey. Oh, Lord. Anybody here from Jersey, they're going to get upset with me. Some of them not, though. Susan, like, she's one of them. I start talking about Jersey, Christine. Susan, like, yep, it stank. Yep, it's jacked up, it's crazy, flip-flower, more Orlocks, more, like, she's being honest. But the Hunger Games been going on a long time in the ghetto, the trailer parks, Appalachian Mountains. If we didn't have the Hunger Games have always been here, Christine. The only thing that's happening now is they're opening that up to the masses. They're breeding everybody into the Hunger Games. They need to get rid of the middle class. You can't have millionaires in a world that needs trillionaires. Those millionaires got to lose their money. The hundredaires, They put them in prison and under the prison. They've been in the Hunger Games for 100 years. Thousandaires, they've been in the Hunger Games for probably, who knows, decades. Now they're coming for the rest of the middle class and the lower upper class and the middle upper class and maybe even the upper class because they're all fighting at the top. No conspiracy. You have trillionaire families and they having babies. They need more money. The more money, more power, more problems for us. Biggie Smalls said that. So you can only take so much. You can't get blood from a tourniquet. You can't take anything else from the hundredaires. They're all on welfare. You can't take nothing else from the thousandaires. They're on welfare too, where they're in prison. And you can take things from the 100,000aires, but you can't get much. So trillionaire families got to raid the millionaires. So now everybody's on the same team. 99% of the world's population are all on the same team. The question is, can they figure it out? So yes, the Hunger Games are here, Christine, and we're going to be competing for rice in the near future. If we're stupid, Christine, if we're stupid, right? Like this is still avertible. We can avert hell. We can avert the Hunger Games if we want to, but we have very quickly got to put down these identities. We got to very quickly lay down our own proud bigotry. We have to get rid of the things we've been indoctrinated to do from the last generation who did not have a clue of who actually runs the world. Radioactive identities. Anyway, good morning. Diane, majority have been fooled by their TVs. Yep, Diane, need to turn off that TV. And if you got the TV on and you want to look at the news, you have to process the news from a world control perspective. Like, I'm going to do that real quick. Let's do that. I got RT America over here. If you watch the news, you have to watch the news from a reality perspective, not a government perspective, but a reality. All right. Donald Trump has no power. Nobody on this planet that is in the trillionaire family would give Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, May, Merkel, or any of them any significant power. That is not what wealthy people do. That is what stupid people do. And these people are not stupid. They've been running this for a very long time. They will not give actual power and control over trillions of dollars to their slaves. Nobody does that. No slave master takes the, takes the blacksmith. Oh, it's a great show. What's the name of that show? Anybody post it? It's on Hulu. I don't know the name of the show. If I click off of here, it's going to mess the thing up. But it's about the Australian white slave. Y'all should watch it. It educates you. It will definitely educate you. But it's hard to watch in some places because they tell a very ugly story. Women are still cattle then, and now they're still cattle now. I'm not changing my position on that. I'm not going to change my position. As long as you got a place, an evil, dark, dirty, foul, filthy, funky place called Washington State, and they got to debate whether or not a woman can show her nipples in public, and men showing nipples every damn day on construction sites, that is, you are literally debating discrimination. You are literally debating what another sentient creature can do. That is evil. That is dark. That is women just above the status of being cattle. And that's just the facts. That's just a fact. If we can actually talk about what Diane can do, and Diane has no say, what is that? Diane is our slave. Diane is livestock. And that's just real. But, it's not even a thing necessarily, because the men, they're just slightly above. You're still livestock too. You just get to show your teats in public, that's all. And you're still being enslaved. All right, look at this. Federal Reserve, staying positive. No, you can't stay positive with the Federal Reserve. Don't stay positive. I don't think I want to click on that. Why? Because just the title alone. There's nothing positive about banking. There's nothing positive about debt. There's nothing positive about keeping money around and you got 3D printers. We have dealt with this many times before. Once you have the Star Trek replicator, there's no reason for money to exist. The only reason money to exist is to get human beings to go off and do labor. It's a representation of labor. When you have 3D printing machines, robots, and automation that can print the things, you have no reason to continue enslaving people. So hell no, there is nothing positive about the Federal Reserve, banking, debt, or attaching a value to a baby at birth. Like sustainable, unsustainable again. How sustainable is it for every man, woman, and child, but childs can't be born, neither can men and women, but babies. How sustainable is it to attach to every baby born on earth a debt that they didn't pay for? They didn't drive the car, they didn't have the house, they weren't there at the wartime. But every single baby born is attached to a debt to 13 families, mostly Rothschilds, to work for them for a lifetime. a penalty for being born on a planet. How evil and dark and unsustainable is it that we as adults make our babies slaves at birth? Money shouldn't exist. Nothing positive in it. No positive outlook on no damn Federal Reserve. It's a bank. It needs to go away. It had its place. That place is gone. It had its place. The place is gone. We need to come into the new age of 3D printers, robots, automation, and saving grandmama. I'm not gonna let saving grandmama go. I'm not gonna let it go. I ain't gonna let it go. I'm not gonna let this flatten the curve go neither, because the earth is flat. Gerard, it's a flat earth. I might be, damn it. I just might be, because they're talking about flattening this curve. Anybody see the curve lately? We're gonna flatten. All we gotta do is flatten the curve, and we'll let you slaves go back to slaving happily. That curve, first of all, first thing we found out, they was lying about the curve. Okay? They were making up statistics, grouping together cancer with cuckoo virus. That's number one, so the curve wasn't even real. And then the curve started coming down. We realized they killed a bunch of people with ventilators and nursing homes, putting a bunch of old and elderly and immune challenged people together, just swelling up the statistics. So that curve wasn't. So the curve wasn't even flat at that point. The curve was negative, like obtuse, but we just gotta flatten the curve. I'm not gonna let that go neither. They ain't flat. They ain't trying to flatten no curve. The earth is flat. It's concave at this point. Ain't no damn. You seen the graph lately? Did they update that graph? 9,210 people died of cuckoo virus. Did they update it? According to CDC, y'all keep playing. They're robbing you. I'm trying to tell you. Do not help looters loot you. Do not help rapers rape you. When people come to your house and they're robbing from you, don't act like you got scopolamine in your nose. You know what scopolamine is? Like, we're in a global scopolamine-demic. Scopolamine, that's that compound that you can make from the flower of the brumansia to make zombies out of people, right? The last people who was robbing people, get that, you blow the dust, and you're awake, you're alive, you're walking around, you can think, you can do things, it just takes away all your inhibition. So anything anybody says to you is a good idea. And so what they do is they tell you that, where was this, Puerto Rico? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Puerto Rico, and they yeah, these ladies like, oh, smell my flowers, right? Because this is how they do it, and they do it on the news too. They put them pretty women out there. Hey, get you with the pretty women. Sirens, witches. Smell my flowers to the tourists who are coming there. They blow it in their nose, and it's like, ooh, within seconds. Just takes away your inhibition. They're like, take us to your ATM. You go walk to the ATM. Put in your pen. You put in your pen. Oh, you got $10,000. Take out $1,000. You take out $1,000. Now give it to me, and you give it to them. Yep, scopolamine worked just like boobies. Yep, that's exactly how it worked. Just like boobies. Tight dresses and high heels and makeup. Good perfume. Or a guy in a fast sports car. Works the same way. Scopolamine works the same way. How come those compounds are legal and the other ones are illegal? Anyway, scopolamine. We're in a global scopolamine-demic. Robbing yourself. Don't go along with people once you realize they are there to loot you and rob you of your bank account. When they release the digital dollar and you actually read the legislation, because people ain't here just to watch me make jokes, they're here to actually do research and homework, and they've read the digital dollar and they now understand that this is a looting operation, as Albert Bashai told you a long time ago. The United States Incorporated is a looting operation. The same way the East India Trading Company looted India, they're done looting the rest of the NATO countries. Now they're going to collapse you into abject poverty, a total 1940s episode of there's only the super elite and the super poor. There is no middle class. Do not help people rob you. Wearing face diapers is helping people rob you, and that's that example, all right? You're walking around as an advertisement for the new normal, an advertisement for we're waiting for them to tell us, the government to come save us, the corporation that's actually, the government that's actually a corporation. We're going to wait for them to come help us. They're looting. When they give you your pound to the digital dollar, your dollar to the digital dollar, your rupee to the digital dollar, when all the world's banking corporations, because they're not nations, are all given their currency valuation, they're gonna rob your retirement line. And actually, it's not even robbery. I take that back. Never mind. I'm sorry, 1%, 0.01%. I'm sorry, that's not robbery. because we're consenting. It's literally us giving them everything that you work for your lifetime, all your savings, your investment. Because the other breakdown of the digital dollar in digital currency is it's not based in you having a savings anyway. They'll loot you in the conversion, but they don't want you to have a savings for the same reason they don't want you to own land, which is why I say we always got to talk about land. When you have land, you can make your own decisions. You don't own the land, you can't feed yourself. You are a slave to somebody. You got a savings, you might maybe be able to make a few decisions. You're a little less homeless than all the other homeless people, but you're still homeless. You don't own any land. You know, you're only a few mortgage payments from being escorted out of your home, the land that you don't own. You're only a few more payments away from being escorted out than a homeless person from a cardboard box. When the King's Guard come to do that, because they're not police. You don't have any police. Nobody's out there policing you. Nobody's out there protecting and serving you. All you have are the King's Guard. And the minute that you don't do what the king wants, they will escort you from their land. All right. Chuck Liddell has his own Yoda, the coach who made something. All right, well, you know, who made him a champion. I don't know who Chuck Liddell is. Ooh, Coliseum football. Football is back in the heart of America. It ain't never was in my, well, actually was in my heart for a minute. It's not anymore. Once I realized that all we're doing with team sports is creating little monsters and conflict-based, instead of creating kids that operate as a collective, you put them on team sports and put them in teams to get them to be ready to be prepared to join White Lives Matter or Black Lives Matter or the left or the right or politics or a race, religion, and be in conflict with others that they need to be working together with. I disagree completely with team sports. So I don't watch any of the Coliseum nonsense. All right, Hurricane Sally smacks the U.S. Gulf Coast. Okay, I didn't even know that, but you know. But that is a good discussion on weather. I will say that I don't see anybody posting on climate change anymore, which is a good thing. With me, it's a great thing, because I'm not here to play with you. As long as you got a government that has weather weapons that they were publicly known, and they signed that weather weapons pact to say that we will not use our weather weapons against other nations, but we're not going to sign it till you let us use that in our nation, then you're not talking climate change. You're just a fool. You're trusting people who have the patents, who actually use weather modification technology, just as JFK told you, that would end up modifying your climate. So that's a good thing. I don't do weather because you know what? I'm a gardener. I trust my plants, okay? And my plants have already told me for the past 10 years now that this is not normal. This is not normal climate change, and fossil fuels are stupid, but they're not that destructive. This is people modifying the weather, people modifying the weather. Nations stealing more rain to grow more food, to make more money, drying up their climate like Brazil to burn up the rainforest to make more money, to make billions of dollars. Great solutions around that. All you got to do is ban the Invention Security Act of 1951. Like, here's the problem with me. I like solutions. And I say them all the time. That's probably why I get banned so much. I just like solutions. I don't like, well, if we just vote one more time. No. If we climate change accords. No. You have means of creating energy without fossil fuels. Get rid of the Invention Security Act. Get rid of DARPA, open source, all of that. Use that technology to stop burning up the damn planet. And that's the small portion of climate change. The rest of it, well, the big portion is the climate's always changed. There is that. But then the other portion is you've got weather wars that are happening, right? They're called wars, but they're not like war wars. Just nations stealing cloud cover, nations stealing rain. So now the tropical areas in your country can't get the rain. My plants have been telling me for the longest damn time, this is not natural, this is artificial. Somebody is stealing the rain. We went 14 days now almost without rain. That's not normal from where I live. And it's been that way for a while. Somebody is stealing the rain. And I know that because I'm out there watering the garden this morning. I had to water my pots and water my plants. And I got koi poo-poo all on my hands. And I'm eating an apple. Nope, I did not wash them. I'm saving grandma. The stronger my immune system is, the safer grandmama is around me. So yeah, we don't do weather. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the news from a reality perspective, not a TV perspective. Use your research and your critical thought to see what the news is really saying. China shoots rocket over Taiwan, right, as the U.S. sends cruise missiles. Yep. People like, America, we're gonna go save Taiwan. Nope. Taiwan banks with the same people China banks with, the same people America banks with. This is a show, it's an illusion. Doesn't mean people don't die. This is a hoax, literally a hoax. It was like cuckoo virus is a hoax. Doesn't mean people don't die in hoaxes. It just means that it's a hoax. They all work for the same families. They're all corporations underneath the same massive big corporation and banks. There's nothing to fight over. There's nothing to fight over, right? Say, well, but China wants Taiwan's this, that, or the other. They want to own the Pacific, blah, 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 blah. The Chinese people don't care nothing about that. Chinese people just want to be free. They want to be left the hell alone. Taiwan people, what do they want? They want to be free. They want to left the hell alone. They want to utilize the resources and land they have to live a free, productive, sentient life. Like Americans, like British, like everybody else. So you're either going to jump in this from the bigoted identity perspective that you have at birth mindlessly like a zombie, or you just look at things from how the world actually works from an economic and control perspective. Right? All it is they're just getting, it's a pit bull fight. That's what it is. Mike Vick, that's his name, Mike Vick. That's all this is. It's a Mike Vick fight. That's it. It's like, oh, we got to go to, where was it? Operation Libertad. Where is it? Operation Libertad. We're going to go free Venezuela. No, you're literally taking children to go murder other children and blow up a country to steal the oil to give it to the Koch brothers. All right? Mike Vick, you're putting two pit bulls in a ring and you're getting to fight. You're getting a lot of people killed because you're over 26, you got a frontal lobe, you can critically think and figure out how to actually watch the news. All right, I'm excited. Love Dell to death, Kim. Yeah, Dell Bigtree's off the hook. Dell Bigtree created WikiLeaks open source for medical professionals and scientists to show us that they're not sciencing. It's Bill Nye science, and they made up this whole thing. They made it up. The whole thing was a hoax. The whole thing was a hoax. And I was telling somebody that the other day, Kim. That's my only problem with Donald Trump that this last few weeks, a few months, is that he got on board with this nonsense. He messed up. I agree with the left. He messed up. You messed up. You messed up because you believed the left and you went along with him. But I'm glad he did it because it proved that he's control opposition. He's still working with the pharmaceutical industry, which I've been saying this for years. You got two political parties and they both take big money from the same industries. So tell me that they're going to do two different things. Tell me that one's fighting for you, the other's fighting against you. Tell me one believes in freedom and democracy, liberty, or any other crap that you, or saving grandmama. They don't. They're called good cop, bad cop. Same thing with Britain and America. Same thing with Taiwan, China, and America. Same damn thing. All right, so Mike Vick fight. That's all it is. Don't be stupid enough to be a pit bull fighting in a Mike Vick dog fight. See what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all the Truman Show. Who said that? Patricia, that's all it is. It's just the Truman Show. They give you the illusion of control and naive and gullible people fall in. I'm just tired of falling in, Patricia. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's all reality TV, Karen? Yes, it is. It is all reality TV. It's time to be grown-ups. It's time to be grown-ups. Turn on that TV and call it what it is. Try to read through the bullshit and then go out and you explain to people how this works. All right, study. Working from home is more stressful. That is a lie. That is fake news, false, funky, fake, foul, filthy. And besides, you didn't own no slaves at home or on your slave plantation. That's number one. That's the number one principle. You have no right to enslave an entire species like livestock and let them work from home or on your slave plantation. That's wrong. That's number one. That's wrong. And two, it's not stressful. That's bullshit. The problem with working from home is you want to be home. The problem with working from home is your kids are there. Your home is there. The things that you bought are there. The things that you want to be around in life and the people are there. You're actually starting to live your life. You make your own lunch and you're making breakfast and you're working in flip-flops and pajamas. That is not stressful. That is showing you that there's something in your life that should not be there, and that's called work. Okay? Working for billionaires and trillionaire families that don't do any work because they're lazy, but they're still having children, so they're eradicating the middle class. You got important work to do if you're a mother. If you're a father, you got important work to do. right? That's called raising your kids. That's the only important thing you got to do on this damn planet, is making them smarter than you, making them faster than you, making them better than you, freer than you, making upgrades of yourself. That's why the name of my YouTube channel that none of y'all want to subscribe to is called Be the Upgrade. It's called Be the Upgrade. I got a whopping 503 subscribers. That's your only job as a parent. I don't know. I don't get too damn about TPS report. No, don't tell me about no damn accounting, banking, whatever. No, do your children need you? All right, that's your number one job. Yeah, it's stressful being a slave and trying to be a human being too. You can call it career all you want. Slaves call that a career too.
I done got promoted. I was going in to be a carpenter for Mr. Bossa Man. I so proud of myself.
You know, Harriet Tubman. We had to become Harriet Tubman. Right? She said she freed thousands of slaves. She could have freed thousands more if only they knew they were slaves. Right? And yes, I talked about parents. I had no damn idea what to say about single people with no parents. I don't know. Why is working from home stressful? Yo, you shouldn't have no stress if you don't have no kids. Kids drive you crazy. Okay? This is what all this gray is now. All of this right here. All of these jokers right here. My kids, what their name? James Miles, James Miles, James Miles, James Miles, James Miles. That's all my kids. They all over my face. This right here. Drive you crazy. Because it's hard taking a baby and making it better than you. It's hard to do that. They poo-poo on their pants, they in the diaper, they funky, don't know how to clean their stuff, they throw up on all your shirts. It's hard. It's stressful, but it's good stress. It's good stress. It is good stress. That is the number one job, is you raising kids. Single people, your job without parents, without kids, I don't know. What is your job? What do you do? What do you love to do? What is your passion? I mean, parents have passions too, but you got to put those in priority two. Children are priority one, at least until they're 26. At least until they're 26. I didn't just been all over damn Jersey looking for a stolen car for my son. Shoot, this might be my last video. They come looking for me. Sir, we found your stolen your fingerprints all over a stolen car. It ain't got nothing to do with me. All right, Jersey on lockdown, the DMV is not open. I just went looking for a car on Facebook Marketplace. You need to go talk to a man by the name of Mark Zuckerberg, okay? He's more interested in silencing people telling you the truth on the internet than going into Facebook Marketplace and finding the criminals selling stolen cars. And besides, officer man, FBI, I hope it's the FBI or the CIA, because I can explain it. They understand global politics. The popo, the local police guard, don't really understand that too well. But I tell them, say, listen, and besides, where the car come from? The car made out of, officer, Mr. FBI man, it's made from minerals, isn't it, right? Coltan, right? Diamonds and gold, all the stuff that we stole from other countries. Why aren't you going over there to Congo and find AFRICOM and arrest them? Obama sent them over there to steal minerals and resources. So the cars in Jersey aren't actually stolen. They're stolen, all right? That's stolen. I got the back of the people in the hood. I got their back because I ain't in that hood right now. It was dark as hell. Well, I was trying to get out of there. Daytime, I was playing and joking with the drug dealers. It was fun. Brothers on the corner dealing. I love those people. But nighttime, oh no, I had to get the hell out of there. But now I'm gone, I got their back. Because they will rob me. That's why. And they're supposed to. That is actually their job. Because I don't actually own anything that's not stolen. All of this is stolen. The laptop, the cell phone, my coffee, these pants, it's all cronyism, stolen, and criminal. And people that y'all call criminals that live in the Appalachian Mountains, trailer parks, in the ghetto, they understand that. They're a little smarter than the rest of us. Okay? They didn't go to college. They understand that all that's stolen anyway, brother. All I'm doing is just let me hold that. That's why they say that. Let me hold that. Can I hold your money? Can you let me hold $20? Can I hold your car? They just want to hold it for a minute because you don't own it. You got it stolen. You got it from a criminal a market called Black. Not the Facebook marketplace. That's a criminal market too. The black market. No, it's called Wall Street. That's the other black market. So I send the CIA over to them. But that's what you do for your kids. You love your kids. That's your number one priority. You know, if you don't have any kids, your priority is to find your passions and do that. It's not to be a slave for a plantation, doing TPS reports, wasting your life being a slave. Danielle is a teacher. Ooh, that's a good thing. And that's a good example, Danielle. I want you to tell. I didn't read the whole comment. Hang on, never mind. I might change my mind. She said, oh, so I'm a teacher now. Okay. Yeah, and that's a good thing. We need teachers who actually like children. How about that? Ever. Can we do that? Can we just have teachers that just like children? Can we have teachers who just like to teach? You know, biology teachers that like to take the kids out in the swamp, swimming teachers who like to swim all damn day, French teachers who like to just speak French all day, who want to take the kids to France. Can we have that? Not people who used to be bankers, accountants, worked in the military, and police can't get a job doing nothing else. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and teach. That's what we have right now. And that's what's wrong with the children. That's what's wrong with the children. We got too many people who only like kids as principals and teachers and administrators. And the teachers and the schools are now like prisons. All right. Does a volunteer Facebook have a moral obligation? Does a volunteer FD have a moral obligation? What is an FD, Karen? I thought that was FB, Facebook. Does a volunteer fire department have a moral obligation? What's FD? It's an old comment, but I'm looking at it. If you type it now, I'll be on it. You gotta tell me what that is. I think everybody has a moral obligation, Karen. Everyone has a moral and ethical obligation to our species. Everybody does. Oh, look at that. Danielle's correcting yours. Are you correcting? No, you correcting yours. Yeah. I don't do the King's English no more, Danielle. I type things like, hey, you know what I mean? That's called communication. You get it? That's all I care about. The grammar and the king. Oh, fire department. Yeah, hell yeah. But everybody does. Everybody has a moral obligation to put fires out if your neighbor's house is on fire. Everybody got a moral obligation to stop their car if somebody's in a car accident. Everybody has a moral obligation to look out each other, and twice for anybody under the age of 26. That's our moral obligation. The right has an moral obligation to the poor black people in the ghetto and the Hispanic people. The wealthy black people, the black elite, the black billionaires, they got a moral obligation to the poor whites in the Appalachian Mountain trailer parks. Black Lives Matter has a moral obligation to White Lives Matter. Everybody has a moral obligation. You're all cousins. We're all a part of the same energy. Every man has a moral obligation to every woman. And ethical. You're replying to both sides? Okay, Karen. You wasn't even talking. That's it, Karen. Gerard, I wasn't even talking to you, man. Bruh, why are you in our conversation? This happens all the time, Karen. That's the problem with live streaming. People don't get it. When you do this, you can't see who's replying to who. You just see comments. Karen, Gerard, you don't even understand context, Gerard. But it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Hey, Naomi, good morning. Jeannie, what's that? They run specifically off of a personal 5G antenna on your roof. Yet, nobody should have 5G and nobody should have 1G antenna on your roof. If you did your homework, did your research, you should have that. None of that nowhere near around you. Damn sure not your children. I tried, my yield was pitiful. I saw somebody posting on potatoes. Karen, is that what y'all talking about, potatoes? Whew, goodness gracious, I got potatoes, Karen, to pick. Anybody who's not actually growing food, you got a couple that you need to start with. Anybody who's actually starting to figure out that they've been playing with you and you playing with them and you're looting yourself, you need to plant some food. You need to go out there and get you some seed potatoes. You take them and you quarter them, get ready for next year. Depending on where you are, you might be able to put them in the ground this year and get some. You did? There I'm talking about. So this is the first year I grew potatoes big time, Karen. I got tons of potatoes to pick. Why? Because I got neighbors with kids with mouths they need to eat food. And I knew the government wasn't going to feed them because I knew what was coming. I followed bankers and financial analysts, and they said this currency reset was coming. That a currency resetting demic was coming. So I got ready. But that's what you need to grow, everybody. Beans, potatoes, I put tomatoes, like the easiest things to grow. Here are the things that you need to go to the grocery store and buy. Get your tomatoes, and go ahead, and if you can plant some in the ground, go ahead and plant them if it's not too late. Find somebody who's a gardener or farmer in your area. Ask them if you can get seeds, because seeds are the new currency, and you want to go ahead and plant those. And when the tomato comes off, take that sucker, put it in a jar, and let it rot for about 2 weeks. That'll take off the enzyme coating. You don't have to do that, but you should do that. And then take those seeds, dry them. I put them on like a coffee filter, get the seeds, and go ahead and put them in your fridge, get ready for next year. Potatoes, quarter them if you can't put them in the ground. Don't quarter them yet. Put them in a cold, dry place, no warmer than 50 degrees, and get ready for next year. Beans, same thing. Beans doesn't really matter. Beans is the aliens. They don't even care. Beans. This is the most beans I've ever grown. I am literally a slave to beans right now, Karen. I got beans in the car. I got beans in the refrigerator. I got 2 refrigerators. I got beans in both refrigerators. I've been picking beans. I'm trying to keep these things going. And now, Karen, I finally understand why my grandmama wanted me on a porch in Arkansas, El Dorado, Arkansas, shucking peas, picking beans, peeling the string off of string beans and pulling the beans out, because beans don't give a fuck. Beans just keep producing. You could literally feed an army of sovereigns who refuse to get a vaccine, who live on a piece of property with beans, potatoes, and tomatoes, and you really don't have to do anything. They just keep producing. Easiest thing to grow. Cucumbers I put in that list too. All right, cucumbers I put in that list too. Hey, Cat Stevens, what's going on? At last, every other word is buffering. Okay, this is back when y'all were having trouble. Ooh, yes, shard too, Naomi. Naomi says shard. You talking about Swiss chard? No, she's probably talking about something totally else, but Swiss chard is another one. Keeps on producing. Also get your perennials in there. Get your rhubarbs, get your berries, raspberries, blueberries, put in some apple trees, peach trees. This might be a long haul, people. Act like you understand what's going on. Act like you know what's going on. What else is in the news? Oh, did I tell y'all? I remember I was complaining about the Trump news. Ooh, see if I can find a Trump commercial. I was complaining because Racist Book and the rest of them, all the ads they showed me was for Jivin Bowden and Kamala Harris to be my master. They were only showing me those ads. And I get so annoyed with them because I'm like, man, this is so racist. Y'all using my demographics to show me something. I'm so mad. I told Facebook that I was black. But I was black when I joined Facebook. That was 2010. I ain't now. I am not any of your little slave label identities. I am not your slave. They keep showing me Biden ads. So magically yesterday started showing me Trump ads. You know there's no difference, right? If y'all are paying attention, right? If you're paying attention. So the reason why Jivin Bowden ads annoy me, because they had that face diaper pharmaceutical advertisement for forced vaccinations and looting yourself, letting global banks loot your dollar, your pound, your rupee to give you a digital dollar, right? Like, because that's how they walk people in. It's how you gaslight people. It's how you control people psychologically. People want to get back to normal. Normal's burnt, but they need to walk you into a new normal. So I watched the Trump ad, and you know they got their face diapers on too. Y'all see that, right? Y'all, my Trump people here, y'all see that, don't you? Y'all see it? Y'all see he ain't out there like, oh no, it's fake, phony. We fighting pedophiles, and now I ain't wearing no silly mask. I appreciated the brother when he didn't wear no silly mask. I appreciated him then. But he could have done better though. Instead of just saying, you know, it's flu season, I ain't wearing no damn mask. CDC says y'all should wear masks, I ain't gonna wear a mask. I'd appreciate him better if he said, well, first of all, we're poisoning grandmama, so y'all not saving grandmama. Y'all are actually poisoning her. You're putting glyphosate and pesticides in all her food. You have 1G, 2G, 4G, 5G, 6G towers that y'all got up on these buildings, turning off their immune system, and you're not helping grandmama in any way with allopathic Rockefeller medicine, which is designed to keep people sick as possible, to sell as many procedures and drugs as possible, but not help grandmama. When grandmama get old, she dies of these things because you poisoned her entire life. I'd appreciate him then if he said that, but he didn't say that. He put the mask on. As soon as he put the mask on, I knew that means the Republicans need that big pharma money. They weren't getting as much as the Democrats, and they want more of that big police state, robot security, enslave everybody money from all these industries. And so the Republicans weren't getting it, so Trump put on the mask, and that showed you he's controlled opposition. What else is there to talk about? You know, what else is there to talk about? So I'm glad I see those commercials, but in the commercials, they got that. I'm sorry. I can't with people. I just can't. It looks so stupid. It looks so stupid. They're talking about, I need your vote. This is I got a point. Like, you noticing? Like, everything now is about fighting the virus. Everything. Whole campaign thing, both sides. We're gonna save you from the cuckoo virus. And people who know mathematics can actually look at the statistics right on the CDC website and realize I don't need you to save me. I now understand. You said to flatten the curve, that's when we was going to be saved. Now the curve is upside down. The earth is flat. And does it flatten the curve so badly that the earth became flat? Now we got turtles carrying the earth around. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm reading comments. I'm gonna get out of here. Like, I don't, the news, you know, if you want to look at the news, that's how you have to read the news. Read it from a billionaires own the planet. This is a slave planet like Australia was when they went and they robbed the place. We are on a slave planet. So no, China is not shooting rockets over Taiwan and US this, and anybody's fighting for anybody's freedom and nothing like that, liberty. No, you got banks that control them, that give them artificial scarcity and keep them, those fake false nation things, in conflict with each other, the same way they keep white people in conflict with black people, Appalachian Mountains and kept people in conflict with people in the ghetto, and Christian people in conflict with Muslims. They literally don't give you the things that you need to keep you fighting each other, and that's what that's all about. All right, yeah, and the work from home, that's bullshit. Well, shouldn't nobody be slaving from home? Nobody should be slaving on a plantation either. U.S. rent crisis looms as Wall Street makes bank. Right, because that's what we voted for. The U.S. economy crisis looms, because it's not a crisis to the billionaires that own the planet. They literally are giving you a crisis-demic to break you down into a Hunger Games so you can be their entertainment and you will accept whatever normal they want to give you. So yeah, and then plus, and they showed you that in the stimulus anyway. Both political parties. I don't know what they did in other nations. Here, they gave everybody a tax credit, gave all the criminals on Wall Street your retirement. Trillions of dollars. Biden and Harris both refer to Harris administration in speeches. Okay, well, you know, I don't think that's a thing. I think anybody with eyes, a nose, some air, some eyes, booty hole, they can see that that man is not going to be 4 terms. If he wins, he ain't going to win. Not this time around. If we still around, he'd win next time, but he ain't going to go no 4 terms. He ain't going to 4 rounds. He ain't going to go no 4 rounds. It's going to be a prison-loving, Black Lives Not Mattering, police state, Kamala Harris rollout. Where it's going to be the same thing under Donald Trump. All right, billionaires run everything, trillionaire families, so it doesn't really matter. So I don't want to click on that, because that, to me, that's more of the not looking at the world from how things actually work. Germany wants Russia gas. Will bribe the U.S. to back off, and that's more bullshizzle too. There's a UFO right in the damn F-18 gun camera. Was there any news on that? That would be interesting. I'm not interested in the oil conversation or fossil fuels. All waste everybody's damn time. They got a Nikola Tesla vehicle that China probably figured out now how to fly on television. Right? That's my assessment of it. Like, there's no reason for a nation that's been telling you that these vehicles are swamp gas for 100 years to tell you that there's aliens or UFOs. If they tell you it's not aliens, obviously it's Space Force, but it's not your Space Force, it's China's Space Force. You know, power concedes nothing without demand. So the whole oil is a waste of everybody's time. Right? Repeal the Invention Security Act of 1951 and let those 200 engineers who say they've made highly productive energy propulsion devices resolve all the slavery and oil problems. But they're not going to do that, right? Because you don't have a government. You have a corporation. It's a for-profit corporation, and for us, it happened in 1871. Whatever your nation is, you might want to look into the laws. You might have one of those things too. And they're going to take your only last government, which was my assessment of the whole Pennsylvania government, saying that the lockdowns were unconstitutional. We all sue the states. Y'all seeing that too? That's what I'm saying. We all sue the states for what they just did. We put our last government into bankruptcy, and they go to the UN, United States Incorporated, or Australia Incorporated, whatever your nation is, for money. And then you have no government. You are completely 100% a commodity of global trading. All right, FAA to review Boeing 737 MAX. You shouldn't have that. It's a UFO on TV. Everybody need to be flying Rockefeller, Rothschild. Nikola Tesla, Wilhelm Reich UFOs. Because technology being banned from people. Mission hypocrisy. Look who's got caught. More gas nonsense. Okay, watching mountain biker records. That's what you need. That's news right there. The mountain biking thing. Biking event fees, freestyle skills. That's what you should be doing. You should be doing the things that you love doing. That's what human life is about, being a human and following your passion, and we live in the automated age where we can get that to everybody. I'm gonna do comments and I'm gonna get going. I'm totally in. Melissa, what are you totally in? With freeing the human race? I hope so. You're a human. Hey, Tiana, good morning. That's what called unlawful detainer, if I'm not mistaken. Every law is illegal, Patricia Hauser. Every single law is illegal. There's only one law. There's only one law. Everything else is what they call legalese. Everything, there's only one law. And we let the criminals write the law. Because if you think about it, every nation is a crime scene. Every nation is a crime scene. It's an unprosecuted crime scene. And we go to the criminals of the unprosecuted crime for laws. That's why Bob Marley said it. Every law is illegal. Every single law is illegal. None of them need to be followed. They all need to be removed. And people need to have sustainability and freedom, and violence goes away. But that's why I think there's some sort of spiritual contract in the universe, and we have to consent to being slaves and being controlled by all of this. All right. Good morning, Kristen. Good morning, Jeannie. Good morning, Desiree, Rebecca, Andrea. What's this, Jeannie? One of my plum cuttings has new baby leaves too. All right, there you go. Oh, you know something I got to look into, Jeannie. Did you see the thing? I think Susan posted it with the growing strawberry seedlings right from within the strawberry. I had no idea you could do that. I need to look into that. Potatoes didn't do it this year. So odd. It's not odd, Christine. You have 121 governments in the world playing with geoengineering weapons. Geoengineering. They're modifying their weather, which is affecting global climate. So it's my garden is telling me the same thing, Christine. It has for the last 10 years that there are some very unorganic things happening with the weather. JFK explained that well. So anybody that has no idea what I'm talking about, you need to take yourself expeditiously over to geoengineering.org, and you will be educated on why your climates are changing. And if you don't have that much time to actually look at the science, not science, not the Bill Nye science, climate accords, and the rest of these ignorant criminals destroying the ecosystems and the Eden we live in, then just go type YouTube and type in the JFK speech. Type in JFK climate change. JFK and LBJ told you back in the 1960s that we can modify global cloud covers. LBJ was the coward, but JFK told you if we don't open source that technology, eventually we will change the climates in the future. I like real discussions, people. I like real discussions, and I love real solutions. I have no time for childishness. All right, my potatoes are beautiful right now. Sadly, the garden is better because of the smoke. Well, yeah, there you go, Desiree. More and more people are saying that was due. That was not organic as well. All the fires, and now what, up to Oregon? They say it's gone into Canada and California and Colorado. Coming into our growing season here, busy time. Yes, Jonathan, close. Grow some food. You got neighbors. You got 7 billion cousins all over this planet, and some of them live close to you. You know what's going on, and do your best to look out for them. Damn, I'm super late. Yes, you are, man, the honeycut. I'm about to get out of here. Honey, I'm about to get out the cut. I got cotton to pick today. If I try to grow anything on pots on my tiny balcony, better not require a lot of sun. Just gets a little in the afternoon. That's okay, Patricia Hauser. You don't have to grow a lot. You don't have to grow, full sun tomatoes in the shade. You can get away with a lot of herbs. You can get away with basil. You can get away with cucumbers. There are a lot of things if you have good soil that you're growing in. You can get away with a lot of things in part sun. It's hard work, G, you the man. What is hard work, Karen? Nothing on earth is hard. They make it hard. Nothing on earth is hard. Nothing, you mean growing potatoes? No, it's hard. Nothing is hard. Things are hard when we don't understand how to do them. This is my opinion, Karen. Like for me, growing wasabi is hard. For me, growing astragalus is hard because I'm growing things that I've never grown before in a climate that I'm clueless about. For me, that's hard. But it's not actually hard to grow. They literally grow by themselves without me. Wasabi grows just fine in Japan in its climate, where it's supposed to be. Doesn't need my help at all. I'm messing it up. Nothing on earth is hard. Bob Marley said it. I don't know his exact line. Any Bob Marley fans here? I was looking up Bunny Wailer. I watched a great documentary on Bunny Wailer this weekend, but he said they make life hard. They make it hard. It's like a slave plantation. They make it hard. Life here on earth is very easy if you're left alone in freedom. All right. Swiss chard. It'd grow even on the compost here all over. Yes, Swiss chard's a good one, Christine. Going into the colder climate, if it's getting cold where you are and you're starting to get concerned, you're actually starting to realize that we aren't crazy people. You're actually starting to realize that history is repeating itself. You've done what the sister did from 100 when she came out and she realized the real earth, not the fake earth. You know, governments and political parties and races and all of that silly stuff everybody's got going on. And you waking up and you come back, bitches, to sovereignty and reality. You can grow Swiss chard in the winter. You can grow Swiss chard. I grew Swiss chard into February once in a cold frame. You can do that. Chinese cabbage you need to get in the ground. Your bok choy you need to get in the ground. You probably can get some lettuce in the ground right now because it's another cold crop that likes it cold. You might be able to get some broccoli, cabbage. You can get a lot of stuff. It's not too late depending on where you are. But once again, check with a gardener in your area. Go ahead and get your cold crops in the ground and ask them about cold frames, because you can put a cold frame up around it, just plastic and some PVC hoops, or an actual cold frame, or a wallapini partially in the ground. Make sure that you have food for your family going through winter. What they're doing in Australia will be coming to a nation near you. Why? Because that's exactly what I would do. If I were a member of the 13 families and I needed to break the world, you know, we're coming into too much technology. We can't hide it all. We can't keep the slaves on the plantation being happy livestock, and too much is being revealed. I'd do anything I could to break the people. You're not going to break fed people. You have to break hungry people. Hungry people will embrace the new normal and call it rain. Abundant people will not. Herbs love indirect light. Go ahead and tell Sister Jeannie. That's what we got to do. Information is free. Tell everybody. I help anybody I can. I'll tell you about aquaponics. I'll tell you about growing food, seed saving. It's what we need to do. We're one big family. We all need to come together and act like it. All of our grandparents told us that. Remember the DAPL slogan, folks? Water is life. Yes, Patricia House. Water is life. Digging a well is very easy. The easy ways to do that with just PVC and a pump of water. You can dig a water. Pretty much everywhere on this planet where you live, if you dig down long enough, deep enough, you'll have water. You're going to need to have water. You need to prepare for a life without infrastructure. The billionaires who own all your infrastructure, at some point in time, they will turn your power off. At some point in time, if you defy them long enough, they will turn your water off. At some point in time, they'll turn your power out. You get some solar panels. Don't plan and plot to go steal the solar panels on the highway. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Trust me, we're all planning on doing that. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Everybody knows where the solar panels are on the highway. Don't make that a part of your plan. It's still early. Still early. We still got time. Get yourself your solar panels. Get a backup charge controller until it breaks. You'd be surprised what light does for your psychology. Just light. I mean, you don't need it. You don't need a refrigerator. This whole world is unsustainable. You don't need none of this crap. You don't need a refrigerator. You don't need Wi-Fi. You don't need these things. I like these things. If you plan ahead of time, you'll have these things. But you don't need them. But having light at night is huge. Huge. Just being able to have one little light. You can have one little solar panel will charge that, or charge up your cell phones or your laptop. Just playing a movie at nighttime. The little creature comforts just to make it more sustainable. I think you'll find that you might enjoy the blackout. You might enjoy it, and that's the only thing that they're scared of, is you're going to enjoy the blackout. If people enjoy the blackout, it's like, yeah, this is the new normal, huh? Okay, all I got to do is not live in the city and grow my own food and go sleep a little early because the laptop battery only lasts about 3-4 hours worth of moves before I go to sleep. Okay, I can do this. And I can sit up all day, do my passion. I can go for hikes, go for swims, live the life I want to with my kids. And, you know, I was arrogant enough to bring them into this world, not to send them out to be slaves, but to spend time with them. I think that's their greatest fear. You're going to realize what a lot of my friends and I realized, which is happiness is easy. Happiness is just about being free. If you're free, you'll be happy. All right. The last couple comments, and I'm going to roll. Still tired, back to sleep. It's a good thing, Ty. Got to get to sleep. A sleepy Ty is a useless Ty. You cannot be sleepy. Isn't that a good reason for slavery? And it ain't going to be fun in the blackout. Imagine everybody sleeping 8 hours a night. Oh, that'll be so much fun. When we actually get to sleep, we ain't got to be tired no more. Slavery coming to an end. It's a new normal, y'all. New normal. Say no to it. That's all you got to do. Get ready to say no to it. But I find, what did I post? I posted something and somebody replied, what did I post? Something about savings. You're about to loot everybody's savings and you're about to help them. And one of the sisters said, what savings? Like America's a looting operation. Global bankers about to loot the whole world and loot everybody's retirement. And she said, what savings? And I started laughing because I agree with her. It's like, yeah, if you ain't got that, you ain't worried about that. You don't have a problem with potato and beans and potatoes and the power out. You ain't got that. Like, yeah, we good to go. We're already ready for the new normal. We already love grandma. We already love the next year. We're already easily can say no to the new normal. The higher people go up on that ladder, the more savings they got. Yeah, those are people you might have to worry about a little bit because they're going to hold on to the last minute. They're going to wear them face diapers and cheer the state because that's what it does. There's a scripture that kind of explains that. Right, they're more vested in the system. This is why people with degrees are more vested in the system than people who live in the ghetto or the Appalachian Mountains or trailer parks. They give you the vesting to control you. They make sure you have a retirement so you won't ever walk away. That scripture says, somebody said that the other day. They said, yeah, we're so glad that you use scripture. I look at scripture everywhere. I don't know what God is, and I don't pretend that I know. But there's a scripture that's true, and it says, it's easier for the camel to get through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to inherit the kingdom of heaven. Deep statement. Now, I'm not sure I agree anymore what heaven and hell is. I think we've made a hell here, and we can make it heaven, and I kind of leave it there. But you'll never create a heaven for your children if you are embracing the old psychopathic normal. You'll never embrace a heaven for the next generation. You'll never make a heaven. You will never free them. You will never help anybody. You will not make it into the walls. Because that's based on the camel, right? Y'all know that parable? Where, when bad times are coming and the rich man is, he's got that camel and he's got all his gold packed up on his packs on the camel's back. And they have what's in the side of castle walls called needles, right? It's a hole where you can't get a military through, but any last stragglers can get into the fort before the invading force gets there, the international bankers that own all the nations. In order to get through the needle in the side of the castle hole, you have to go on your knees, right? You could do that. You gotta take the packs off the camel, the gold, out your bank account. All the things you're using to embrace the old psychopathic normal, the camel's got to get on his knees and you got to get on your knees and walk through the needle to safety. That's the only way the next generation is going to be safe. We got to be willing to make sacrifices and let go of an old psychopathic normal. Glad you took a day off, Gerard. I didn't take a day off. Lord, that was not a day off. Do not say, nope, that was not a day off. Those things don't exist. Lori, I wasn't on here. That was not a day off. My day was so crazy, chaotically hectic that my week has been. It has been so crazily, chaotically hectic and all the things I got to do that I'm only getting like 30% of what I got to do by the time the sun goes down. So I don't get no days off. It's always like people say, oh, well, people don't work. What will they do? People don't need money and jobs and careers. What would they do? There's plenty of work. Work is different from slavery. All right. We send children to daycare and kindergarten so they can get a career for working for billionaires and trillionaires in slavery. That forced labor systems called economies and debt-based living. Work never goes away. Never goes away. And there's another scripture. Laurie says, man doesn't work, man doesn't eat. I've told you about the potatoes I needed to pick a month ago. I still ain't picked them potatoes. I got 3 more of them. I got 6 potatoes in it. I have a whole field of potatoes I got to pick. And it's just, I don't have time. I get a few pumpkins here. I grab as many beans as I can to keep them going. I run to slavery. I slave, do what I can. Had to go test drive some stolen cars in Jersey for myself and my son and all of this stuff that I got to do. And I couldn't do a live stream. The battery crapped out in the laptop, Lori. Actually, the power cord I had to stitch together, use solder to fix the wire, and I finally replaced the battery because you can't have 2 failures. The battery didn't work, and there was a short in the cord. So no, work never stops. But the good thing though is that's good work. It's good work. That's me work. That's Gerard work. That's stuff that Gerard has got to do for Gerard and the people around him. That's sentience, and that's what we got to get back to. Bitches! Radioactive. We're radioactive. We're toxic. We're toxic. And that example by that song made by what's the name? Chemical something? Who wrote that song, Radioactive? Chemical Brothers or something like that. We are radioactive. We literally live in a radioactive time. Uh-oh, see, look at that. See, Beaufont. I don't know nothing about a penis being in retrograde, and I don't even want to know, Beaufont. Honestly, it's not my thing, brother. But Venus in retrograde. Someone told me that, said, somebody cursed me, and I'm not going to put the person on blast. They sent me a message and said, yeah, something about retrograde. It's going to be a hard week for you because you Aries. Yeah, I don't know what I believe half the time, but I do understand that person was correct. So whatever it came down to, the whole Aries thing in this week, it's been a heck of a week for me. Heck of a week. That thing is right. So y'all can say the star charts ain't real and this, that, and coconuts and moons and this house is in that house and Venus is in retrograde and penis and Uranus and all of that stuff. And I don't understand half of it. But I know that y'all's right about this week. It was a hell of a week, and I ain't even done. I still got to make a scarecrow. I'm making a living scarecrow, but that's another discussion. All right, I gotta get out of here. I got to go. Ooh, witches in the house. Witches. I was thinking about witches this morning because I was looking into somebody, the inventor of Wicca, and I was thinking about witch burnings. And like, this is what I do. Like, I try to process what's real, what makes some damn sense. You know how they burn witches at the stake? They use that to control people. They use that for profit, for religion, disaster capitalism, same way they use cuckoo virus. But I honestly think the first witches were real. Like, think about it like this. Who comes up with this idea that you have to burn a witch at a stake to get a witch, that you got to drown them to prove that they're not witches? If they weren't actually doing something like that back then, if you didn't have witches and warlocks going back in history, and the only way that they knew that they weren't was to kill them in that way, because the ones who were just flew off the cross and flew into the air. I don't know if you can go with me on that one, but that's what I think. I think the first witches, and that's why they came up with those things to kill them and burn them. Then later they used it because we don't ever respect and appreciate women in any of these societies. The church uses it to control people, but I think the first witches and warlocks, before they went underground, I think they were real. I think they were all real. We're still real, Gerard. I know y'all are Diana Witch. I know. You ain't gotta tell me. Sunshine Wolf. I already know. Girl, you ain't gotta tell me. The witches went underground. Say, hey, this power ain't for you. The warlocks said, look, we gonna take this into secrecy. They were practicing openly back then. It was a normal thing. But the problem is you're putting power in the hands of peasants, and the kings and lords can't go for that nonsense. So the same way that they're killing holistic doctors and naturopathic doctors today, they were killing witches back then, and they went underground. So yeah, I believe in witches and warlocks and magic and voodoo and all. I believe in all of it because I think the first ones were real, and the rest were faking. That's all. That most of what you probably get in public now is fake, but there are very, very real, powerful creatures and beings on this planet. All right, last couple comments. I'm a bro. Don't ever curse a witch. Don't ever curse nobody, because you don't know who's a witch. And we have no damn idea what people know, what they can do. You treat a woman wrong, one day you're gonna be riding in your car. You got the new girl, yeah, man. Woo, music playing, pumping in your BMW. You look out that window and you see that moon, and what the hell is that, a broom? You said that old wicked witch of the west silhouette against that moon. Don't ever curse nobody. Treat everybody right, people. There's a scripture on that one too. You're supposed to treat everybody like they're angels, like they're spirits. Some of y'all are treating people like the booby girls, and they're just men that you can use, abuse for dinner and throw away. But some of y'all entertaining angels. Some of y'all are entertaining witches. Some of y'all are entertaining people that are gonna come back on a broom and shrink your ding-a-ling up the size of an okra. Some of y'all, you look out there, you see that warlock, you know, all right, y'all keep messing with people. You gotta love people. Love people, look out for people, take care of people, try to be nice to everybody. Pretend everybody's a witch that wants to hex the heck out of you. And then you'll treat everybody how you're supposed to, but you gotta pretend that you ain't got no power neither. All right, you better believe, Courtney, I do know, absolutely. How's that okra? It's nasty still as always, Diane. All right, blacks, was that? Backmasking was in a lot of songs. I don't know what backmasking is, Diane. It's not all black and white. What's not black and white, Paul? I kind of think everything's black and white. I'm gonna go for the sake of argument. And I'm just gonna say the statement because it's fun. This is how you get intelligence. Is you say things and then you debate yourself. I think everything's black and white. I do. I mean, actually, I think everything's a spectrum because y'all know me. I say it all the damn time. You always say psychopathy is a spectrum and gender's a spectrum and race is a spectrum. I think it is, but I'm just for the sake of argument. Yeah, everything is black and white. And then let me say, everything important is black and white. Everything is important. Somebody hungry, you feed them. Somebody had no land, you give them land. Somebody needs your help, you help them. Somebody wants you to take in the new normal, you say hell no. Somebody wants you to agree and get out there and vote for a psychopathic system that ain't never respect women, children, people, cows, monkeys, slugs, ain't never respected the land, ain't never respected anything from two political parties. And then the answer is no. I think everything is black and white. I think everything important is black and white. Let me say it that way. I think everything is sustainable or unsustainable. Ooh, brother Angela Christella still in the house. Everything is sustainable. If it's sustainable, do more of it. If it's unsustainable, don't do it. That's simple. I don't know. Does that work for everybody? It works for me because it's 12:22 on the afternoon, 9/17, 2020. I might change my mind by 2030. That's what evolving is. It's saying something, thinking through it, doing something, trying, failing, falling on your face and being okay with it. And then changing your mind if it doesn't work out. That's why people don't want to accept reality right now, because reality means it's got to change your behaviors. Like Ty said before he went back to sleep, that people don't tell the truth. There are consequences for the truth. That's why people don't tell the truth. That's why people don't embrace the truth. That's why people won't call their politicians criminals, because there are consequences for the truth. If people accept that Donald Trump is just the rich kid up the street that had the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier and you wanted to play with the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, your name's Gerard, you grew up and all you had was one G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. If you just accept that's who Donald Trump is, we're good to go. You accept the jiving Bowden, yeah, listen, he's an old lawyer guy, believes in the system, believes in the police state, he believes in black lives, white lives, yellow, none of them mattering the same damn way. He's gonna go along with what the system wants him to do, and so is Trump. That's just the reality. That's just the reality. But there are consequences for the truth. When people actually accept reality, it means that they got to fix the system for the next generation. It means that they got to do what's right for kids. It means they can't have popular pedophiles. It means they have to accept who actually went to Epstein Island, got down partying with him, got pictures with Ghislaine Maxwell. Is that her name? All right. Tough world, hard to be an adult, but it's the right thing. It's what our kids need us to do. It's what all kids need us to do. All right, G needs a girlfriend. Help him in the garden. No, G does not need a girlfriend, Jonathan, to help him in no damn garden. G, that's why my name is G. Who even gave me? My name is not G. Number one. That's not it. Nobody asked for my consent on that, by the way. I don't even know who did that. It's one of these criminals right here just started calling me that. No, G stand for garden. Garden and Gerard. I don't need nobody's help. No, I don't need to buy that. Listen, Jonathan, I got that. I got that. And we're going to leave that right there. We're not going to touch that topic no more. Not because that's what the church is trying to do. Ooh, I really got to go. I really got to go. My phone is ringing. I got to go. I'm going to shift the music. I got to get out of here because I got to talk to this. And I'm going to say woman about a horse because I'm not going to say I need to talk to a man about a horse. This is my mechanic right here. I need to talk to this woman about a horse, because when you're talking to a man about a horse, that means something very, very different. I got to go see this woman about a horse. And what movie was that from anyway? I got to go see Woman About a Horse. All right. Yeah, I got to get that. I got to call him back. The church invented witches to exterminate the unwanted and non-religious. And that could be true too, Paul. That could be true too. I just think that it's so extreme, burning somebody on a cross, drowning people. It's probably because people were really casting spells and things were really happening back then, the same way in the Sanskrit text, the same way the Native Americans tell you, the same way the Aborigines say. And that's usually what I do, the same way the Egyptians said. I look on all continents, and if everybody says that mystical, magical things appeared in the past, aliens, gods came out the sky, Bigfoot's running around, his name is Durrell, then I'm good with his name being Durrell. That's how I think about it. It's just like, yeah, if they say magic is a thing, and everybody's all these cultures have all said magic is a thing, and these are cultures that never interface with each other, then there's something to it. I think but I think the church did it later too. Right about that. I think disaster capitalism works for burning witches on the cross, same way it works for cuckoo virus. Disaster capitalism, a world that's controlled, a world based in human control, a plantation based in controlling the weak. All you have is you're full of disaster capitalists, and they're all capitalized in it. So the church did it. Husbands who wanted to get a divorce, like witch, which is not funny. It's horrible. It's horrible. She got posters at home because he met somebody down at the hay market. He was down there to get some hay and met this fine. Oh, goodness gracious! Y'all brought out here farm. Oh, goodness gracious! And he went home and told the king that his wife was a witch because she was making some stew. And so they use it for divorce. The king used it to control people. Anytime they want to get rid of somebody, the CIA back then, y'all witches, kill everybody. But I think there's a small degree of truth in everything. Same way disaster capitalism today. The insurance companies, the private hospitals, the politicians, they politicize. Cuckoo virus is completely politicized, 100% politicized. The banks, everybody's using it to make profit. Damn it, they're using it to steal cars in Jersey to sell them to me. Those are the only people I agree with. And I just agree with them because cops ain't knocked on my door yet. That's why I agree with them. They're trying to survive, and their car's stolen before you bought it. Everybody's disaster capitalizing on cuckoo virus because, it's a world destabilizing time. And in a world based in control, everybody wants more control. Most people just want their control back. But when power and money stand between us and human survival, everybody's going to try to survive. That's why I say it doesn't really matter if Fauci is gone. Fauci is a patsy. I don't give two damns about Fauci. If it worked out, he'd be a billionaire. Didn't work out, they'll let him go to prison. They could care less. They got somebody else. They put somebody else in place and it's going to move on. Woo, make modern slavery stop. I gotta go. The problem is belief. The problem ain't belief, Paul. The problem ain't belief. The problem is we live in a simulation creation and none of us know nothing. That's our problem. We like to pretend we know things we don't know. Belief isn't the problem. The problem is when people take their beliefs and make behavioral changes to other people based on them. That's the problem. The problem is when we control other people with our beliefs. At its nature, there's nothing wrong with belief, nothing wrong with religion, nothing wrong with spirituality. It's a problem when you try to abuse other people with it. That's the problem. And let's not pretend that we know things that we don't, people. None of us really know. I know I damn sure don't. Hey, listen, how you going? Y'all have a great day. Be happy. It's a choice. We're going to leave on Lori. Be happy. It is a choice. We live in great times. This is an apocalypse. It is the end of the world. And apocalypse means revealing. So the real world's being revealed. Accept what you see and change your behavior. That's all we got to do. Y'all have a great day. Gerard, love y'all to death. I am out. Bye-bye.